Charlotte's Josh King shares what's next after competing on American Idol. Only a couple of episodes are left until someone takes the coveted title as the next American Idol, but that whirlwind journey is over for Charlotte's Josh King. This season began with nearly 150 aspiring artists who got a ticket to Hollywood after auditions. Week after week, the local singer and musician continued to rise above the rest of the competition, making it all the way to top 8. But in an unfortunate twist of irony, his last performance to one of his favorite songs, Home by Michael Bublé, brought him back home in the Judges' Song Contest in the last episode, which had fans praising him as a class act for urging judges to save contestant Maddie Pruitt before he was eliminated. At the beginning of the competition, Charlotte 5 chatted with Josh King about his musical background that got him on the show. Now, we're continuing the conversation about his overall experience and what's next for his music career. C5, in our previous interview, you talked about your musical background, why you decided to go on American Idol, and said you were in for one of the most interesting and stressful rides of your life. Now that it's concluded, how would you describe the experience overall? Josh, I think I described it in another interview as challenging, chaotic yet fun. C5, a few times you seem surprised to make it to the next round. What was going through your mind at the end when you were in the bottom 2? Josh, there were like a couple things running through my head. Like, okay, there's a chance they could save me again, but I doubt they would. At that point, I was kind of a bit sick of Hollywood, and I'm like, you know what? I think Maddie could really benefit from being on the show longer than I could. Because, up to that point, there was like a list of accomplishments I wanted to kinda get on the show, like experience and things I want to do on the show, and I pretty much got all of that done pretty early on. I got to sing the songs I wanted to sing, I got to meet the people I wanted to meet, I got to get the experience I wanted. I got the challenges I wanted to complete. I was able to meet my goals, and I felt that Maddie Pruitt has a lot of room to grow and that she could benefit more from just continuing on, whereas I was okay with going home at that point. C5, which was your favorite performance and why? Josh, it depends on what type of performance style because I don't really pick favorites. All by Myself was like the first time I really got to open up, so in a way that was my favorite. I was able to really internalize this song well. It wasn't my best vocal performance. I wouldn't say that. But was it the performance where I was just truly in the moment, feeling the song? Yes. Until I Found You from Hollywood Week. I wish I had 3 days to learn the song. I don't know how to describe it, because it's such a significant change, honestly. It put me into a position where I could rapidly grow, rapidly learn, just push myself to my limits in a very short amount of time. On top of that, it's also giving me the opportunity to meet everyone I did, contestants and crew alike. As it thins out and it gets narrowed down, you either really have to kind of lock in on it and that's all you think about or it just gets harder. It's not because the workload gets hard. It's just that it gets quiet and lonely very fast. It just gets very quiet and I'm a very social person and I get my energy from other people around me and just having fun with them, and so it definitely got a bit harder for me as the weeks progressed because of that. It definitely changed my life because it's given me the opportunity just to be a part of it, and that's my biggest takeaway from it is that I got to be a part of this. I guess we're trauma bonded, you could say, especially when it gets down to top 24. The top 24 is together for just so long. Like we're together for like 2 months, 3 months straight. Then in a way, we're practically living together, and so it really becomes like just one big family. We drive each other crazy at times, but at the same time, we just really love each other. It was hard for me because my boys Bailey, Latrell, Desmond, Roberts, Olivier, Bergeron went home, but I'll get to see him again. Penny, Samar, and Grayson, Torrance, we had this, basically, a trio going on. Everything we did was just comedic as all get out. C5, how does the Idol stage compare to singing in public to strangers in an airport, something you mentioned you've done several times as a volunteer pianist at Charlotte Douglas before going on the show? Josh, 1, you're playing for people that are not really there to see music. They're just passing through. You're just background noise. They're not there to see you.